Welcome to RK Tutorials, Solutions to Engineering Mechanics Problems by S. Timoshenko. In this tutorial, we will discuss the solution for problem set 2.3 and problem number 2.39. Three bars in one plane, hinged at their ends as shown in the figure, are submitted to the action of force P is equal to 44.5 newtons applied at the hinge as shown. Determine the magnitude of the force that it will be necessary to apply at the hinge in order to keep the system of bars in equilibrium if the angles between the bars and the lines of action of the forces are as given in the figure. That means there are three bars AB, BC and CD. All three bars are hinged like this. A force P is applied at hinge B whose magnitude is given as 44.5 newtons. Now we are supposed to find the value of Q which is applied at hinge C so that the total system is under equilibrium. In this problem, we need to analyze two hinges. One is B and another one is C. First, let us analyze hinge B. What are the various forces that are acting at hinge B? The first force, of course, the applied force, that is P. Next force is the force along the bar BC. We are assuming that the force in all bars are tension initially. That's why the force S2 is away from point B and let the magnitude of the force is S2. The force along bar 1 is S1 and it is away from point B because we are assuming initially that this force is in tension. Let us transfer these three forces onto separate XY plane so that we will analyze easily. The first force, this is the free body diagram at B. The first force I am transferring, that P is equal to 44.5 newtons. Next force is S2 and the force is S1. Let us see what are the various angles that are given. Given that angle between S1 and P is equal to 90 degrees. That means this angle is 90. Similarly, angle between P and S2 is given as 45 degrees. Hence, this angle is also given, that is 45 degrees. So if you observe this diagram, there are three forces. All three forces are concurrent and all three forces are divergent. Hence, I can apply the sine rule. Now, according to the sine rule, the force divided by sine of the angle between the other two forces is constant. That means 44.5 force divided by sine of angle between the other two forces. What is the angle between the other two forces? So we need to measure like this so that the total angles must be 360 degrees. The angle between S1 and S2, that is 360 minus of 90 plus 45. This angle is given as 45, this angle is given as 90. Hence, this angle is 360 minus 90 plus 45, which gives the value of 225 degrees. Hence, 44.5 divided by sine 225 is equal to S2 divided by angle between these two forces, that is 90. So, S2 divided by sine 90 and S1 divided by angle between these two forces, that is given as 45. Hence, it is S1 divided by sine 45. Now, let us take these two expressions and from that I can find S2 is equal to 44.5 divided by sine 225 into sine 90. which gives the value of S2 is equal to minus 62.93 newtons. What does this minus indicates? This minus indicates whatever the initial assumed direction for S2 is wrong. Initially we assumed that it is in tension. The bar 2 is in tension. But from this expression we can say that the bar 2 is in compression. Now, so here I understood that this value is 44.5, this value is minus 62.93 newtons, and S1 we have not calculated because it is not required to calculate the value of Q. Let us analyze the hinge C now. What are the forces acting at hinge C? Of course, the first force is Q. Our interest is to find this value of Q. What are the other forces? This is S2. The same bar 2 is attached at B and attached at C. So here the force will act S2 and that magnitude is minus 62.93, which is already calculated from the free body diagram of hinge B. There is another force, that is the tension force along the bar CD, that is S3. Initially we are assuming that all the forces in bars are tension. Let us transfer all these three forces onto separate XY plane so that we can analyze this problem easily. The first force I am transferring, that is Q. The next force is minus 62.93. The next force is S3. So here, by keeping the same direction, I am maintaining this minus sign. If anybody of you are interested, you can change the direction like this with positive value of 62.93. Both will give the same results. Let us find the angles. The angle between S3 and Q is given as 60 degrees, hence this angle is 60. The angle between Q and S2 is given as 30 degrees, hence this value is 30. And this value is the remaining, that is 360 minus of 60 plus 30, which gives the value of 270. Now at point C, there are three forces. All three forces are concurrent and all three forces are divergent. Hence I can apply the sine rule. Now according to the sine rule, the force Q divided by sine of angle between the other two forces, that is S2 and S3, is 270. Hence I have written it as Q divided by sine 270 is equal to minus 62.93 divided by angle between these two forces, that is 60. Hence I have written minus 62.93 divided by sine 60. And S3 divided by angle between these two forces, that is 30. Hence I have written S3 by sine 30. Our interest is to find the value of Q. Hence I am taking these two expressions and I can write Q is equal to minus 62.93 by sine 60 into sine 270, which gives the value of 72.66 newtons. This is the answer for the given problem.